Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, everyone. Good to see y'all squares, your faces. Let me take a quick scan of the room. Beautiful people. Good to see everyone. My name is Carl Michael Iglesias, and I'm an actor, a writer, and a teaching artist for the Storefront Ensemble, but tonight I will be your MC. We'll hear all about the various programmings of HPAC that serves everywhere from early childhood through high school and beyond. We'll check out some work that they've been up to during this unprecedented school year, and also hand out some awards and some prizes as well. Speaking of prizes, we just want to make sure that you sign up for our trivia game that we're having later through Kahoot. This info should be provided in your chat box, wherever your chat box is. If you're on your phone, your chat box may be part of your 3 dots down here. There's a link that's floating out. Thanks, Chrissy. And when you click it, you'll need a code that Eli just shared in the chat as well. And when you put that code in the Kahoot, you will be asked to make a screen name for yourself, and you'll be ready for the game. That will happen later in the evening. I'll host that as well. And the person with the best, or the screen name with the best score, which could be your whole family if you wanted to fuse your brains together, will win a prize. Okay, and so we'll have that there as well. Also, being that there are a lot of moving parts, not only in theater, but in the nonprofit world, and especially in the Zoom world, we just ask a little bit for your patience during this couple hours that we're gonna have. If anything goes a little wrong, because the main thing that we want to do is just celebrate our young people. So we're trying to fit a lot of our programming in here. So we just want to thank you again for your attendance, your support, and your patience during this time. Also, since there are a lot of moving parts, we just want to remind everyone that if you are not necessarily a part of the programming and the presentation of the programming, to keep your microphones on mute for everyone, just so that there are no distractions from the person who is speaking when they are presenting or speaking. So instead, if you're on mute, a way that you could still show support is, one, using our chat that we have there. Feel free to put any emoji, well, not any emoji, right? The appropriate emojis, right, that you want to put in there, explosions, hand claps, right? Anything like that, big smiley faces and exclamation points, whatever you want to do to support, you can do that in our chat. Or we can use our ASL version of a round of applause, right? You can show this on your screen. Or there's just like a little emoji clap thing that will appear right in the lower left-hand corner of your screen when you click it down there under more in our Zoom chat, okay? So that's just a little bit of ways to get some participation, okay? Just to see if that works out at all, can I get some emojis in the chat box about how you're feeling right now, ready to start the show? Can I get some hand claps on your screen if you know how to figure that out? Okay, I see some hand claps. Smiley faces. Beautiful. Yes, thumbs up. There we go. Now we're ready for the party. What I'll do now is we'll pass the mic straight over to our HPAC Executive Director. Please welcome Jill.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. It is so wonderful to see such an incredible community. We have over 50 people here celebrating with us today. So first of all, I just want to say welcome to Celebrate Success 2020. You know, Cesare Pavese, who's an Italian author from the early 20th century, said that we do not remember days, we remember moments. And I've been thinking about that a lot the last couple days, because when I think back along the last 3 months, it's not the days that I remember. It's individual moments, difficult moments, but more so moments of joy. And scholars from early childhood all the way through college, I just want to tell you how many of my moments of joy have centered around you. So I just want to give you a few quick examples. There was March 23rd when we all sat together on that Saturday in our living rooms and we unveiled the Much Ado About Nothing video. And I loved watching it with everyone's families. There was this moment 2 weeks ago when I heard the Project Broadway volunteers from the Storefront Ensemble, and Oganaya and Judith and Alenci and Matthew and Brian all shared their songs with us. There were those moments where our college graduates shared both photos and electronic and virtual graduation ceremonies with us. And so each think about this time, you find those moments of joy and celebration, and really give yourself a pat on the back and let them shine on you, because they are the moments that you will remember for the rest of your life. Today, the other thing that I would like to do is I'm very happy to introduce Ayosike Akambad to the HPAC family and to many of you for the first time. Ayosike started with us on March 10th. So think about that. Think about starting a new job the week before we all got sent home. She has brought so much to HPAC already in the first 3 months. But mostly she brings her belief of HPAC's founding values, that every child should have an opportunity to have a wide variety of experiences, that every child deserves high expectations and strong, high-quality programming, and mostly that every child should have the chance to use and develop their voice. And so I'm grateful for her leadership and her voice. And I'd like to introduce you all to Ayosike.
Thank you so much, Jill, for that lovely introduction. And hello again to everyone. We're so grateful to have you here today. In the 3 months that I've been here, I have learned so much and grown so much. And this show that you're experiencing right now is just a living testimony to what HPAC represents, right? So it represents tenacity, it represents collaboration, it represents joy, and it represents just like really good work, right? So what you're experiencing now was not a small feat. There were many people involved. And I would just like to thank some key people. So the planning committee for this event, it includes Sammy, our virtual stage manager. It includes Latoya, Astro, Christy, Eli, Amina, Reese. It includes Jen, Ish, Carl. It includes so many of our staff. And so I'm just so grateful for all of your assistance. It also includes our fabulous student committee, right? And so that includes Amani, Abby, Jordan, Michael, Valenci, Logan, Tamara, Matthew, Naomi, Gail, and Abubakar. And of course, I have to thank Aaliyah and the other student performers today. So again, we just hope that you enjoy the show. And without further ado, I'm going to transition on to Raina, our early childhood education manager.
Thank you, Ayosike. Hello to all of our HPAC scholars. I'm so excited to be here today and celebrate with our youngest scholars all the way up to our college graduates. So with that being said, my name is Raina Garcia. I'm the early childhood manager here at HPAC. And the ECE team has done some wonderful things throughout the year. We're gonna highlight some in the video, but I would also like to talk about our amazing children's library. This year, we were able to extend our children's library hours. We were able to add more books that relate to our communities and our students. And we've had a lot of collaborations also with the library, with Literacy Inc. We've had collaborations with Aesthetic Foundations. Those organizations had brought music workshops to our families. They brought reading workshops to our families. And again, we're just continuing to grow and learn together. Also, we've had Fantastic Reading, which is one of our public classes that we have been doing on Facebook. I want to definitely shout out Fantastic Reading. The team has been working hard. Ms. Pamela, Ms. Patricia, engaging, everyone, all of you, our young families. We're doing activities and singing and dancing. So shout out to Fantastic Reading. And I would like to show you some video clips of some of our other programs. One of our main programs, Family School Skills. A lot of our families are here. So I hope you enjoy your Family School Skills video and everything you have shared with us. And also we're gonna show you a clip of our AFSS, our Advanced Family School Skills, and just celebrate all the moments we've had together. So again, thank you to all of our ECE families for choosing HPAC for your first step in early childhood education. Me and the team love all of you, and we are just so excited to be here. We look forward to working with more families in our community. So So we could go to our video now if we can. Family School Skills and AFSS.
Family School Skills has had a great year. We were able to serve close to 40 families and help parents and their children begin their early learning experiences together. All participating families that completed our 8-week program received a certificate of completion, tote bags with goodies, and a total of 7 to 14 children board books related to the 7 executive functions we discussed in class. Singing, dancing, playing, reading, and encouraging, bonding, whether in class or online, felt effortless with these families. Even during this very difficult time, some of our Family School Skills families continue to show determination, commitment, and love for their child's learning by attending remote sessions twice a week. We shared so many teachable moments with each other and built positive relationships with one another that families reported their children feeling a sense of joy every time they entered our classroom or every time they saw our faces on their computer screens. Parents also reported that their children's language development increased and they were able to socialize with their peers and other members of the family, all that are very important for predicting academic success in the future. Thank you to all the families for allowing us to be a part of your child's early learning and social-emotional development. And now for our Readers to Leaders highlights. Readers to Leaders had some really amazing students this year, both at PS48 and High Charter School. These students entered our program with difficulty in recognizing letters and letter sounds. They had challenges with getting along and sharing, and they struggled with being away from home for so many hours. In our program, the teachers created an after-school environment of community and a love for learning by having daily emotional check-ins, reading books every day, dancing, playing group games, and storytelling. Students practiced becoming authors and illustrators and presenting their work to their peers. Students gave constructive feedback and helped each other to create plots and characters. This year, during this global pandemic, our students had to face the unimaginable. Not going to schools, parks, families' houses, birthday parties was really tough. However, through Zoom, we were still able to facilitate these youngsters twice a week with reading and writing activities and crafts. We ended our year with a culminating project of a book of feelings titled How We Felt the Day New York City Stopped. 16 students were able to turn in an illustration and their written idea, and together the teachers created a hardcover book. This book has been very special to all of us. Not only has it captured this time in history, but it captured the strength and the resilience in all of our students and families. And for that, we want to say thank you and congratulations.
Two, three. For what? Hello, everyone. My name is Pamela Martinez, and I am the Associate Teacher Assistant here in HPAC. I'm going to be sharing with you Advanced Family School Skills. We have a very interesting and exciting year in this program. During the fall season, families got to engage in a 4-week art intensive class with our special guest instructor, Erin Hall. Together, we learned about Mondrian with Broadway Bougie, Van Gogh with The Starry Night, Jackson Pollock with Shimmering Substance, and Picasso with Self-Portrait. Together, Ms. Hall, the ECA team, the families and children recreate our own art masterpieces of those popular artists. We make murals, work with stick use shapes to make our own portrait,
I'm not
and
hearing
we
it.
use many other unique materials to create our own art. Thank you, Erin, for your time, sharing materials, and your art expertise. In winter, the Advanced Family School Skills families also got to participate in a Mommy and Me yoga class, led by our special yoga instructor, Sarah Castro. The parents were able to stretch and roll around with their youngest and bond through movement and relaxation. Thank you, Sarah, for bringing Namaste into our program. In the spring, Advanced Family School Skills joined together with fantastic reading families on Facebook. Families enjoy all this new experience. We also would like to shout out of these youngsters who have or will be moving onto preschool or kindergarten. And those are Ainoa Amaya, Meilani Ortiz, Journey Cox, Zach Garcia, Jose Flores, Eric Perez, Mia Linda Perla Cabrera, Uriel Gomez, Kylie Peña, and Winter Carter. Wishing you all the best.
Excellent. Can we please get a round of applause for our early childhood education programming? You know, the emojis, put in your screen. Excellent. Absolutely. Thank you for those doing the important work of giving our youngest population the successful tools for early learning. That's brilliant. Let's move on. Next up, we're going to hear from Jen and the Hunts Point Children's Shakespeare Ensemble.
Hello. There it is. Hi, everyone. I'm so happy to see you all. My name is Jen Kerfman. I am co-director of the Hunts Point Children's Shakespeare Ensemble, along with Eli Thacker-Taylor. This is the end of my first year with the program as co-director, but it's my fourth year with the program. I love this program so very much. I was a volunteer acting instructor, acting coach with the program for 3 years before this. So I'm so happy to be here with you all. I want to tell you about the Shakespeare program. It's a 4th, 5th, and 6th grade program. It's 8 months long. We start in the fall. We working on our skills, acting skills, voice, movement, and getting ourselves ready to be able to do a production of a full Shakespeare play at the end of the year. We also work on the learning of the play, figuring out how do we work with Shakespeare's text? What is the plot? And how do we investigate that from a character perspective, and just starting to get to know what that is. That takes us through the fall. Our scholars come 2 days a week, and beginning in January, they receive their parts, and our 4th graders become our chorus. They work with our music teachers and our composer to create music for our show in May. And the 5th and 6th graders are the acting ensemble. They get their parts and they start rehearsing. They work with professional artists who are their teachers, their scenic designers and costume designers, their directors, and they get a chance to meet all of the great people at the Public Theater who are supporting their production, and work on what will be a professional performance in May. You might see where I'm going. So it's a really amazing program. It gives them the chance to become an ensemble, to collaborate with professionals and each other to make a play happen. And, you know, of course, to meet friends from other schools and work together over the whole school year to tell a story. This year in March, everything changed. And we had to pivot in one day from being an in-person program to an online program. And I was so incredibly proud of our scholars because they never missed a beat. We had We had extraordinary attendance. Everybody showed up 3 days a week to take what was originally meant to be our show on stage and turn it into a film version of Much Ado About Nothing. And it's a huge change. It's a huge change in the way that we had to work, but they didn't change at all. They were even more creative, more imaginative as we investigated how to put this story on an online platform. And they were as committed to the play and the text and their characters as they would have been in person, and maybe even. So I want to thank all of the students for their incredible hard work that they have done this year. This is a year unlike any other, and you should all be incredibly proud of yourselves. And thank the parents, because you all invited us into your homes to help your kids make a play happen. Turns out we already had figured out that you need ensemble and community and collaboration to make a play. Now we also know you need all of those things to make a movie too. So I'm happy to present, I believe, Christy, who will share our video.
Hi everyone, I'm Christy Love Santiago. I am the middle school pipeline manager. I'm in charge of grades 4 through 8. And the video that you are going to see now is a compilation of 13 years. Our Shakespeare Ensemble is 13 years old this year. So you'll see a lot of what Jed was talking about just now. You'll see some of the production on stage, and you'll also see bits and pieces of what we did this year. So without further ado, I want to thank everyone at the Public Theater for making this video possible. But then now the video.
Since 2008, Hunts Point Alliance for Children has assembled a group of extraordinary students from 5 neighboring schools in the Hunts Point community of the Bronx to join the Hunts Point Children's Shakespeare Ensemble and present the plays of William Shakespeare. The program encourages students in the 4th to 6th grade to participate.
The most positive thing I got out of the Shakespeare Ensemble was the challenging part. Every single time I was challenged, I pursued it and I took it as an advantage.
I learned the art of storytelling, the passion that goes into 2 characters on stage, and that helped me transition into becoming a writer.
In 2016, the Public Theater, renowned for its Shakespeare and community-based performance projects, became a partner with the Hunts Point Alliance for Children. During the 13 years of the Hunts Point Children's Shakespeare Ensemble, over 350 young people have taken part in an 8-month program of workshops, performance, close reading skills, teamwork, and self-confidence. The 2019 to 2020 season began as all other seasons had. In October 2019, a group of 45 students began the process of studying Shakespeare's Much Ado About Nothing. Then in March 2020, everything changed. The coronavirus pandemic forced the Hunts Point Children's Shakespeare Ensemble to take their work online. From March 13th through May 23rd, the company met 3 days a week for 2 hours to continue their study and rehearsals virtually. The ensemble pivoted from preparation for a stage show into creation of a 60-minute online experience of Much Ado About Nothing. Ultimately, every scene was recreated to fit the digital platform. On May 23rd, the ensemble, their families, and their communities from the Hunts Point Alliance for Children and the Public Theater came together online to experience the premiere of the movie version. It was a great success.
We found a way to persevere and still do the show, even if it wasn't on a live stage. We were able to make a movie that showed all the work that we've been putting through the whole year.
The work of the Hunts Point Children's Shakespeare Ensemble has always exemplified resilience, teamwork, creativity, and commitment. Our mantra rings true. All that is good and accomplished in the world takes work. In partnership with the Hunts Point Alliance for Children and the Public Theater, participation in the Hunts Point Children's Shakespeare Ensemble changes lives. The confidence, sense of community, and teamwork are lifelong lessons that begin here. My name is Marilyn Gonzalez, and in 2010, I joined the Hunts Point Children's Shakespeare Ensemble, where I performed as Rosalind in As You Like It, and the following year, I portrayed Viola in Twelfth Night. My experience with ensemble instilled such an unwavering confidence within me that even as a 10-year-old from an underserved community, I believed that I could achieve my dreams of pursuing a career in theater. 11 years later, my confidence is still blazing. I am a rising senior at Marymount Manhattan College, studying theater performance with a minor in arts for communities and drama therapy. Also, a staff member of the Public Theater, working with the Hunts Point Children's Shakespeare Ensemble. I hope to continue to see the arts flourish in the Bronx and instill self-expression and creativity for children, especially for my Hunts Point family.
Excellent. Please make some noise. Show the hands. Drop the emojis. Nope. Fire emojis work good. There's also an emoji that kind of like looks like an explosion of fireworks. Not to trigger anybody, but I know fireworks has been a big thing in the city in the past couple of days. But go ahead and explode whatever you want up on there. And much love to the Shakespeare, the Hunts Point Children's Shakespeare Ensemble. I have the privilege to welcome an HPAC alum, Aaliyah Daniels. We just saw in the last video to read a couple of poems, but I would just like to share a little bit about Aaliyah before they come onto the microphone, but the virtual microphone. Aaliyah C. Daniels is a teen writer from Hunts Point who for 2 years has been a New York Youth Poet Laureate ambassador and has performed across the city. She was president of a teen activist organization called Action that works to dismantle oppression in the South Bronx. Also, she was a Youth Justice Board member where she worked to pass legislation to protect youth from social media platforms in New York City. And she will be attending Kenyon College as a part of the class of 2023 as an English major with an emphasis in creative writing and a minor in racial democratic politics. Please welcome Aaliyah C. Daniels.
Hi, hello everyone. So I'm only going to be reading 2 poems, just talking about, one is talking about what it means to be Black or what I identify as being Black, and another one is just talking about my relation to Panama and how I relate with those roots that I don't really have a lot of interaction with. The first poem is called What Do You Know About a Stripped Tongue? My tongue and gravity have a disagreement, but we ain't never fist fought about it. My weight, all sticky yarn like saliva, sliding between cheeks, glossing lips, all sassy comebacks. The language I speak is all broken trauma, shoving Panama under my jawline. In America, we are Black, nothing more. There is no Panama, tongue drips and cocho on grandmama's lips. She don't know pride like I do. Her voice is stripped raw. Her English practiced to a Bronx accent. She waited too long to blend into the American fabric, to be looked at sideways or checked. English sits in her mouth strong, but her Spanglish slides into my name and Caroline becomes Carolina. She never says daughter. If you mean something, you are mija. And my grandmother uses her Spanish as a weapon. She says, you ain't gotta show them everything. And suddenly her tongue flips into a roll of R's. And I stand in awe, cause my heavy tongue can't flex like that. The heavy tongues create barriers for Spanish. It got too much American, too much Blackness, not enough island, too much b-boy to bachata, too much hip hop for Enrique Iglesias to merengue too. But my grandma got that Play-Doh type jaw, that gum-like chew. She popped between America and Panama and one bubble gum pop, introduce you to your own country and teach you how to be a citizen better than you can. That was number one. And the second one I'm going to do is called Explaining Unapologetically Black. And the reason why I'm doing doing this poem is in light of everything that's happening right now. Because one thing I love to promote is embracing who you are, embracing what you stand for, just embracing, your culture, where you come from. So this is what I identify as being Black and how I like to explain Blackness to my friends and my peers, and also to myself. To be unapologetically Black is to know that should have never been a term in the first place. To grow up with a slick mouth, reckless type of woman, whose first language consists of wishing a man would, befriending a child who manipulates doubt with determination, could regret itself, hates ugly twin, knowing the man fluent in a two-piece and a two-step, his hands for loving and protecting when needed, unapologetic, adjective, definition, women whose hands have seen more wrong than a siren, eyes trained to find a joy in the darkness, bodies with quick feet learn to run to the track place out, synonym, unashamed, definition, the rotation of a little girl's neck and the threat to whip it off her shoulders, parties after dark when laughing translates into the absence of fear, gathering of bodies on the front stoop. You can call that community. To be unashamed is to be raised by a grandmother that crosses her chest whenever she passes the cemetery, whispers a prayer when she passes church, always talks to God because she knows too many people with him, a mother whose biggest fear was for her baby to see an eviction notice, asks if she's tired, she'll tell you weary is a foreign state of being for her woman. A father who trades his freedom for his daughter's comfort, and he would sell his soul if it would make her smile. Black, adjective, definition, the silhouette of Roscoe after streetlights, the body in any position deemed unsafe, the hands pose no threat, but their greatest trick is to fall limpus of the empty body, its presence be 3/5 property and 2/5 shadow, synonym, absence, definition. The great magician incarceration made my father disappear, and it took him 10 years to complete that trick. The mutt of America, combination of anything lured in the Uncle Sam's cabin, unapologetically Black. Antonym, definition, to be scared to death of your shadow. Don't want to upset Amerigo, want to praise Columbus, but don't know who the Taino is. Don't know the massacres left in the wake of the men they honor. Be shook of a revolution. To be unapologetically Black is to forgive everyone. Hold your tongue while people hackspick on your virtue, even your own. Badassery drip down your spine. Slick mouth, two-piece, work till dawn, trade your freedom, cross your chest, talk to God type of person. Thank you so much. I want to give a really big special shout out to everyone at HPAC. I wouldn't be what I am now without y'all. So I thank you guys so much. And yeah. Congratulations to all the graduates of this year. I know not doing graduation is really hard, but congratulations.
Woo-hoo! Oh, brilliant poetry. The bars are in full form. Super proud that a lot of my students were able to see your work, Aaliyah, during the school year, as well as right now, which is wonderful. Really quick, if you can, go ahead, flood the chat room with emojis really quick, so Aaliyah really knows how strong they killed it. I just wanted to shout out a couple lines from Aaliyah. Aaliyah said, speaking of her ancestors saying her Spanish slides into my name. I thought that was barred out in code. Another quotable real quick is the eyes in the second poem, eyes trained to find joy in the darkness. I think that's beautiful writing, and it does exactly what it's supposed to do. So thank you, poet, for the incredible work and for blessing the mic for us this evening. Now, we have the incredible. I have the incredible opportunity of introducing an incredible teaching artist by the name of Ish, who is representing the Storefront Ensemble that I know a little bit about myself. So Ish, welcome. Or Eli too.
Yeah, sorry, Ish was gonna be here today to do this whole speech, but unfortunately he couldn't make it. But my name is Eli Thacker Taylor, and I both work with the Shakespeare Ensemble, as well as direct the Storefront Ensemble alongside Carl, our great host, and Ismail Mohammed. And the Storefront Ensemble, if you haven't heard about it before, it exists to tell stories. Right? We take 7th and 8th graders who attend various schools in Hunts Point, and we all come together in order to write, to play, to collaborate, and to create. We spend our year writing poems and personal narratives, scripts and short stories. We hone our performance skills, deepen our community. We learn how to critique both our own work and others' work. And as an ensemble, we experiment with ways in which to bring our words to life. And throughout the year, we also go and see plays and poetry readings, and we welcome guest artists into our space. Aaliyah came by last year, and it was amazing. I partner with Project Broadway, which is a nonprofit city. Project Broadway partners with us to explore the ways in which music and song can elevate our words. And normally our year would end with a live performance that was written and conceptualized by the ensemble and then shared with the community, basically everyone in this space. But as we all know, this year hasn't been a normal year. So when we committed to doing remote programming, we wanted to make sure that the collaborative spirit of our live performance wasn't. So we ended up coming up with this challenge to our ensemble members, to our scholars, for them to pick their favorite piece of writing and do a vocal recording of that. Then as a group, we analyzed that piece of writing and we came up with a shot list, the images and scenes that we would need to turn those pieces of writing into short films. We then divided up the work, filming what we had around our houses and in our houses, and we compiled and layered all those clips together. We also went remote with our Project Broadway residency this year, challenging a handful of scholars to choose and rehearse a musical theater song that spoke to them, and then to perform that live via Zoom in front of a Broadway actor. When all the films were done, we asked our ensemble to come together and vote on a name, and they decided on The Quarantine Show, which I think sums it up pretty nicely. So what you're about to see in just a moment is a collection of moments from that show, from The Quarantine Show. These are poems and stories and songs and scenes about school and family and friendship and dreams and life before and during quarantine. So without any further ado, I'd like to turn it back over to Sammy so we can share some of these moments with everyone in this room.
I have often dreamed.
I once was made of a delicate red rose with petals fluttering off its stem.
Some would be waiting for me.
I wake up at 6:30 a.m. and I hear the alarm. Ugh, it's so annoying. Honestly, I don't like mornings, especially when I sleep really late because I barely get any sleep.
I remember walking to the recreation center with friends.
Hi, Cameron.
I remember my hands looking black from the dirt on the ball, but now I wish this quarantine would end, because now all I can do is call.
I was so nervous to open the letter. When I started to open it, I thought they didn't accept me. I finally opened the letter.
Fairy tales can come true.
Once was a kid wondering what a giraffe would look like with a plaid bow.
Come on, babe. Look at the message.
The no signal sign from the TV. A gentle beep, beep. The straight blue light.
Look at the boys I'm coming through and I'm almost there.
I remember once he was teaching me how to use the instrument. I was terrible since I was new to all this. He began to laugh.
I am on my way.
My faith is plain. I believe there is a God, heaven, stories of the Bible.
I remember when I used to have class with my teacher in person. Now I still have class, but it's all in a different version.
I can't say go pack go, or chant for my team, while at the same time hearing the Fox Sports theme.
Maybe that dream will never come true, but maybe one day it will.
Excellent. Please drop those emojis, drop those emojis, drop those emojis. Thank you. Apologies, Eli. I would have given you a more grand introduction. That's my fault. Eli is an incredible collaborator, and I couldn't imagine being in this process without him. So I just wanted to say that before we move on. Very proud of myself. I'm very proud of myself to be a storefront, a part of the storefront teaching staff is one of the most rewarding jobs that I've ever had in my life. So it's really wonderful to be a part of this family. And next we have Amina with the Mighty Quills for Colored Girls.
To introduce our Mighty Quills Spring 2020 Manifesto, which will be read by Genesis Alonso.
Hey guys, I'm Genesis Alonso, and I'm gonna read the Mighty Quills Spring 2020 Manifesto. We spend too much time in front of a computer screen. We are isolated, unable to hug our friends or meet new people or touch anyone or look at someone's whole face when outside. We see schools shut down. We see loss of jobs, income, and livelihood. We see anger and frustration. We see protest. We see the police being cruel for no reason. We see police violence. We see racism. We see that it's harder for people in lower classes to get ahead. We see the coronavirus. We see people cooped up inside. We see death, too much death. We see LGBTQ rights being recognized. We see people in the streets protesting. We see statues of racists being taken down. We see fireworks. We see people trying to make things better. We believe not everyone is bad, not everyone is good. In the United States, some people are taught to hate. America is a simulation. It is hard to change a person's ideology. The United States is made up of people from everywhere. This is a good thing. We need to learn how to accept everyone who is here. It can get better. We want a better government system. People need to be treated equally. No violence, no crime. The ability for everyone to get a good education, for no more poverty, equal pay, peace, unity, compassion. Effort, people trying to make things better. We commit to listen to understand, not just to respond. Be kind to each other. Help others. Educate other people about how everyone has to be treated equal. No one's race should determine if they are above or below someone else's, or gender, or economic system, or ethnicity, or nationality. Keep people company. Motivate each other. Motivate everyone. Always pick up the phone.
Excellent. Thank you. Yay. Thank you so much, Genesis. Let me see if I can copy out. Yay. Excellent. So now we are going to hear from Sydney Carrera, and she's going to share a poem that she wrote about her mother called The Harvest.
Hi, everybody. I'm Sydney. The Harvest. Like steel she stands, the mother. Her pale skin shines with the sun. She brought 3 children into the world, like God to Adam and Eve, giving her children a garden to grow and make mistakes. Like a sun raising her arms, nutrients drop from her hands, making her 3 flowers reach for more. She graces them with her fingertips, gently feeling their faces. I am one of the 3, feeling her gentle touch on my petals. My brother and sister stand with me, smelling the aroma of life and love. We smile up at her to feel her warm rays of light.
Beautiful, beautiful. Excellent, Sydney. So now, last but definitely not least, we are going to round out our sharing with a sonnet written by Abby Toledo called Surrounded by Walls. While we were in quarantine, we did a sonnet series. So here we go.
Okay. Trapped behind the doors we used to be happy to see, trying to remember about when we used to be free, getting tired of the things we used to yearn to do, and now waiting as we watch the coffee brew and the world around us turn blue. Full of the blue masks that everyone has to wear, laying on our couches all day was a relief at first, waking up late and being comfy all day, but after a while you tend to miss the activity anyway. Stuck at home, forced to use the internet as our only way of escape, and trying to manage to still stay in shape. Trying to find things to do, people start to bake, cook, clean, and play card games. But we still miss a life we don't know when we can reclaim. There's only so much you can do, surrounded by walls, so no one can wait to get back to it all.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Sydney. I'm impressed. Woohoo! Okay, so Sammy's going to round it out for us, and I just wanted to share this one last picture because I just love it so much. This was also at the Public, and I'm just really proud of our girls this year. I was really impressed with the quality of the work that happened this year. It was the best work that I've seen over the past several years, I want to say, and I really appreciate how nimble all of the students were when we did have to quarantine. All of them very willingly engaged in independent study projects that they continued with up until literally last week. So we continued writing, we continued socializing, we continued bonding as women and as people. And I truly believe that all of these girls are gonna make the world, or do make the world a better place, but as they get older, are gonna continue to make the world a better place. So I'm really proud of them. So I'm just gonna turn it over to you, Sammy, and I'll stop sharing.
Yes, thank you so much, Anita. Thank you so much, Abby. Thank you so much, Sydney. Thank you so much, Genesis. Thank you so much for all of my crews and all of my high school students. We've grown so much as an organization and as a high school portion. So I'm proud of all of you for being part of that growth. And I'm also looking forward to seeing it continue to grow, and not just the program, but also all of you. That's part of kind of my favorite part of the job, is that I get to stick with you for all 4 years and see you grow from the moment you join the 9th grade all the way through the 12th grade. Also, just a bit of news, we also finally got our 6th train. I don't know if I can see it. 6th train, so I'm excited to share that with you in due time. But in the meantime, I would like to transition to IOCK so we can go over all of the graduates and everyone who's moving off from program to program.
Thank you so much, Sammy. So we hope that you've been enjoying what you've been experiencing with us for over the past hour right now. And so we're now going to transition over to our graduation portion. You know, it's just important to note that we're currently, you know, in unprecedented times with not only the fact that we're in the midst of a global pandemic, but we're also, you know, in the midst of a national call to action. And through all of that, like, our scholars and staff have exemplified perseverance and adaptability. And so with what you're about to experience right now, this is something that HPAC normally does at the end of every program year. And it's like, we're not gonna let COVID stop us from still celebrating our students. So we decided to take this virtually. So without further ado, I'm going to transition over to Christy, who will first highlight the middle school graduates.
Hi, everyone. I just want to say we're going to start with our 5th grade graduates. These are 5th graders who are going from elementary school to their middle schools. In Hunts Point, each school does it a little bit differently. There's one of our schools that starts middle school at 4th grade, but I still want to acknowledge everyone that has accomplished their 5th grade year this year, and that's Darwin and Sandy and John and Abubakar, Nala, Michael, Logan, Jacob, Cedric, and Gabby. Congratulations, a lot of you are going on to new schools. And we're so excited, and we're so excited that you're still going to be part of our Shakespeare ensemble next year. We're going to move on to our 8th grade graduates. Angelique, Chris, Elenti, Kat, Oganaya, Valeria, Brian, Gabrielle, Jessica, Matthew, Peter, Cameron, Gael, Judith, Nathaniel, Randy. All of my scholars are very special to me, but this is my last year with these 8th graders. They are moving on to our high school program. I'm so proud of all of these scholars. And now I'm gonna pass it on to Astro for our other graduates.
Hello, everyone. So we are also congratulating our high school graduates. First off, we have Fumi Ajani, who will be attending the University of Buffalo in the fall in her hopes to pursue a career in medicine. We have Mawa Dali, who will be attending Vaughn College of Aeronautics and Technology in the fall with the hopes of pursuing a career in the field of aerospace engineering. We also have Ronald Peralta, who will be attending Providence College in the fall semester. Although he is undecided, Ronald is excited to explore different career pathways via his classes. Congratulations, high school graduates. We also have our college graduates, Emily, Albert, Anthony, Maria, Chelsea, Vilma, Annie, Kenneth, Eduardo, and Lexi. Despite the unprecedented ending to their college journey, each of these students demonstrated a great deal of perseverance, strong work ethic, and dedication to their studies. Congratulations, college graduates.
Drop an emoji for the college graduates, for all the graduates. Moving on. They're the real reason why we do any of this stuff, is just to see them move to that next level. And so this is the reason why we're here. So make sure you drop an emoji, a word of encouragement, whatever you can. We're going to be continuing highlighting our graduates with a wonderful presentation, so just stick around. But feel free to go ahead and fill up that chat room with love. Yes, yes, yes. Please drop an emoji, show some love to our graduates. So sorry for any of the technical difficulties, but really what it's about is honoring our students, and I think that presentation did a wonderful job. So thank you for that. And thank you to all of the wonderful, wonderful students that we have and the incredible staff that we have as well. I just want to move on right away. At the center of our work are young people. At the center of our work are young people, and we would like to honor a small group of them who we think really blew us away with their dedication to the programming and their bravery throughout it. So first, I'd like to bring back Rainer from the ECE team to present an award.
Awesome. Okay, so ECE, we already know we have some amazing families, and some of the families we want to highlight today are from our Family School Skills Program, our Advanced Family School Skills Program, our Readers to Leaders, and Fantastic Reading. So with further ado, let's see who's our first awardee. Is it our FSS? I'll start with FSS, Family School Skills. I would love to just congratulate the Lerdo family. We've been working with them since spring, and they have just shown perfect attendance. Nothing has stopped the Lerdo family from coming with their infant to our program and even keeping their infant focused on screen, which is so difficult, but they managed to just engage their child, you know, refocus them. So congratulations to the Lerdo family, Danielle Lerdo, Rosa Lerdo, and I think her husband's name is Ismael Lerdo, and if I'm wrong, please forgive me. But yeah, to the Lerdos, woo woo, Family School Skills. And then for my AFSS family, I would like to congratulate, that's the Castro Garcia family. Now we're gonna do the Raji family, Taman Savati and Nabil. I still remember the first day we met you at, actually it was a community event. And you were interested in Hunts Point Alliance for Children. I gave you the flyer, and I remember you just showing up, calling, trying to find out when the program started. So Mansarati, we really appreciate you and Nabil's attendance in our programs, and thank you for reaching out, and just know that we're here for the rest of Nabil's educational experience. So congratulations, woo woo, to the Raji family. Let's see who we have. And now we would like to present an award for most effort. And this is for our Readers to Leaders. Okay, and that is the Barclay and Severio family. Actually, I'm sorry, that's for Fantastic Reading, Ziara and her auntie. I don't know if you're here today, but even if you're not, I just want to share that the Barclay and Severio family, they're our Fantastic Reading participants. And again, Thea and Ziara have, you know, been coming to Fantastic Reading online, and when we were at our space at 889. So congratulations for making the most effort, and we hope to see you in Family School Skills. So whoop whoop to the Barclay Severio family. And our next family is one of our Readers to Leaders families. And I would like to present this award to a kindergartner named Emmanuel Atise. Emmanuel, you've come a long way, and I'm so happy to say that you are going to the first grade and that you've made so many new friends, and you've learned so many things, and you've been an excellent student. So thank you so much, Emmanuel, for making all the effort you have in Readers to Leaders. And congratulations to moving on to first grade. And our next Readers to Leaders from Hyde, we would like to present to Emily Hernandez. Emily Hernandez, I saw you earlier. Congratulations on receiving this award. You too have shown so much dedication, showing up to our Zoom classes, even when you went to even when you went with your family to Maryland. You still got on mommy's phone and attended our after school program. So thank you for all of your effort. Congratulations to Emily Hernandez. And I think that kind of rounds up all of our awards. Congratulations to all of our EC families. Thank you.
Excellent. We'd like to welcome Christy, representing the Shakespeare Ensemble.
Hi, everyone. I'm going to take care. Hi. So for our Shakespeare Awards, we would like to present 2 awards. We're calling them the Spotlight Awards. We wanted to spotlight these 2 scholars for all of the hard work that they have done, not only this year and especially over the last 3 months to work together to put together the video. But these scholars have really shown up every day and worked really hard. Do we have the awards? Yes, we do. They're going to go to Abby Alonso and Michael Velez. Abby, I know you're here. Congratulations. You've worked really, really hard, and we wanted to reward you. Michael, I think they're here. Congratulations to all of you guys.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And now for the Storefront Awards, I'm going to kick it over to Eli.
All right, everybody, we got a couple more awards for some storefronters. So this first award goes to, this first award is called Above and Beyond. And we decided to give this award to someone who, while they've gone above and beyond this year, I do want to highlight their work over a span of time. Not only did they put in tireless hours coming to extra rehearsals for Shakespeare, not only did they take time out of their own day to come and help younger Shakespeare members, coaching them on their roles, memorizing lines. Not only did they do that, but they also came in on their own time to practice monologues, to audition for high school. They also took time out of their day to volunteer for other programs. And then when it comes to Storefront, they're always there. They're always committed to doing the work. They're always committed to bettering themselves and to helping everyone else out in the group. So without a doubt, our Above and Beyond award this year goes to Brian Munoz Freyes.
Congrats, Brian.
Congratulations, Brian.
Thank you so much, guys.
And secondly, I'm really excited about this award too. We have the Most Courageous Award. And this award actually is going to go to, this year was in Storefront was majority 8th graders, right? And this 8th grade group is a solid group. Many of them have been working with each other for 5 years. I think 7 out of the group had done 3 years in Storefront. So they're a solid group. And so to come into this group as a 7th grader and to like put your foot down and make yourself known in this group is incredibly courageous. And not only that, but the work that they brought forward throughout the year was courageous work. It was vulnerable, it was thoughtful, it was work that clearly came from the heart. And we are just so thrilled to see where this work can take you next year. So the recipient of the Most Courageous Award goes to Murillo.
Woo! Congrats, Michael.
Thank you.
And now I'm passing this over to Sammy. Sammy, you still in the building?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here.
All right.
All right, so thank you so much. Sorry for my technical difficulties. My computer's been working real hard all day long, and it just kind of, I guess it just gave up for a little bit. But we're back, we're back. Now for our next, it is called Exiting in Excellence. Now this award is gonna go to a junior who has been a part of HPAC for many, many years and who's opened to so many challenges and has done so much with HPAC. And this award is gonna go to Genesis Alonso. She did 3 years of Shakespeare. She did the 2 years of, she has done 3 years of Mighty Quills. And during her high school years, during her summers, when most students are having their vacations, she has been hard at work. She did 2 years at Bank Street, which is a leadership development program that helps you develop to become a leader. And she even interned her second summer to work with the students, the campers at Bank Street. Last year, she did CHCI, Congressional Hispanic Institute Caucus, where she spent a week in Washington, D.C., networking, touring, and meeting politicians. That was kind of her first experience away from home, so she definitely grew. And this summer, unfortunately, because of COVID-19, she won't be able to actually attend, but she will be virtually doing the Syracuse pre-college program. So every summer she's been escalating and growing, and I've been so proud to get to work with her. So Genesis Alonso, congratulations on the Exiting in Excellence Award.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
I'm so excited.
You should be, absolutely. And then for our next award, what was the name of the next award? Was it Most Friendly? We are going to award that one to Abby Toledo. You have been such an excellent addition to, most outgoing, there we go. You have been such an excellent addition to the team, to high school, to Mighty Quills, to mentoring, bringing your energy, just talking to everybody, always involved in active discussion, and I'm so proud to present this award to you, Abigail. I'm not sure she's still here. No? All right, well, yeah, congratulations, Abigail and Genesis.
Woo, woo, woo. Keep those emojis coming, please. Keep those emojis coming. Congratulations to everyone who is in the room, because they all have had a part in some greatness that we've been able to witness today, which is super exciting and a blessing to us all. And if you can see me or hear me, regardless, thank you. I just want to say this is the end of our evening, right? We're quickly wrapping up. I just want to say thank you for everyone, for this beautiful and necessary and privileged evening that we've been able to spend together celebrating the success of young people, in particular the ones that we have been able to serve this year, and through them have been able to serve the community at large and New York at large. And it's been truly the best way to spend my time. And I just wanted to close us out really quick with two lines of poetry from our award winner from the Storefront Ensemble. His name is Brian. And he has these 2 bars in one of his poems that's in his chapbook right now that I think are brilliant. And I think they're a wonderful way to let us to transition into Jill, into our closing remarks. And the lines of poetry go, once was a glowing sun on the dull earth. Once was the fire coming to spark the dark. And I truly believe that that speaks for all of our students' mission and how much they affect the world around them. And I couldn't be more proud. So thank you for letting me be your MC for the evening. And without further ado, I'd love to pass the mic to Jill, our executive director, for some words as well.
Thank you so much, Carl, and thank you for bringing so much to our programming and to our day. You've been such an incredible MC. I really appreciate it. I want to extend that thank you to the entire team at HPAC. This evening had a lot of visionaries, and there were a lot of hard work and a lot of details, and it's been so well put together. I don't know if everybody can see our t-shirts. I think that for those students that already picked up your bags, you also have the t-shirts, but our t-shirts say socially distant and spiritually apart. And I will be honest, when I was first sent that, I said, I don't know if that's something that we can say on a t-shirt. But I thought about it, and IOCK and I talked about how this is what the staff felt represented the last 3 months that they've spent with all of you. That through this time, they've been further away, but also closer. Closer because in the ways that all of the families and all of the children have really invited us into their homes and to be a part of this crazy journey that we're all taking together. And so we've grown not only in our relationship, but in the ways that we communicate with each other. And so we truly are socially distant, but spiritually together in a way that we'll remember forever. And so I think I just want to say thank you to all of the students, to all of the parents, and to everyone that made this possible, particularly our teaching artists and the youth development team. And then also I want to thank some of our special guests that are here tonight. We have several board members, Anne and Didier and Gail, as well as some of our funding partners. Joanne and Carol was here. And everything that, every word of encouragement that you give us really matters, because we're able to take that and know that we have the support to support the kids. And so I just want to say thank you. Everything really does make an impact on the work that we're able to do every day. So with that last bit of gratitude that I just send to you all, I want to turn it over to IOCK to take us home.
Thank you so much, Jill. And again, thank you all for being a part of the show with us today. So I'm actually going to share with you all some pretty cool things that we have coming up at HPAC. Once we have the first image. Thank you so much. So you all just witnessed our showcase, which really pretty much cements everything we've done over the past school year. But we have something even coming up tomorrow, and that is from the community partnerships team. Oh, maybe please scroll up. This one is in Spanish. There's another, so thank you so much for this one. So our very lovely Huntsville Community Partnership team, they are having a virtual monthly meeting tomorrow, and that's from 3 to 5 p.m. So we have the information for you here if you're interested in participating, and if you feel like you need some more time to get the details, we can always just email it to you separately. So please remember that we have something tomorrow from the Community Partnerships team. Thank you for that. I think I have 3 more things to show you all. Yes, so we are super excited about this. The Early Childhood Education team, they are having a very robust summer program. And so this is the first one they're having. They're actually having 2. And so this one is like family school skills. It's actually for children ages 0 to 3. And it's actually to help, our goal is to help parents, right, to assist their children with learning about focusing and self-control. So it's going to be over a course of 4 weeks, and it starts on July 14th. It ends on August 5th, and it's going to take place every Tuesday and Wednesday from 12 to 1 p.m. So if you're looking for more information, please reach out to Raina, or you can also reach out to Pamela as well. And for all of the early childhood families, you'll receive this flyer at a separate time. Thank you for that. The second, I have a tablet myself. Okay, so the second program that the early childhood team will be presenting over the summer is actually for children that are between the ages of 4 and 7. And it's actually going to be a literacy and a STEM program. I'm sorry, please give me 1 second. All right. It is a literacy and science summer program. And sorry. Okay. And I'm sorry.
IOCK, would you like me to finish it off?
Yes, please, Nina.
All right, awesome. So yes, like IOCK was saying, EC is excited to present this new literacy and science summer program for 4 weeks. We're gonna basically be focusing on making things like homemade Play-Doh, oobleck, finger painting, and talking about the mixtures, the consistencies, whether it's liquid or solid. And the children are gonna also be using their literacy skills, like reading and writing, to fill out little journals. We'll be asking them how did they feel doing making all of these experiments and touching all of these gooey, sticky materials. So we're looking forward to that. And that's starting also July 13th to August 6th. So anyone who is interested, please try your best to RSVP to us before July 1st, because with this program, we're also planning on giving the materials to go with it. So if your child enrolls in this program, they will be getting all the materials to make the Play-Doh, to make the oobleck, to make the finger paint, and the other activities we have planned. So yeah, we hope our community joins us.
Thank you so much, Rena. And again, that's actually one of the reasons why I love working at HPAC. Thank you. I just love how you just stepped up and you were like, you know what, I'll help you out here. So I really appreciate that. So we're going to move on to our next slide. Yes, it looks a little bit different when it's not in PDF form, so we do apologize for this. Yes, there it is. So the YDP team, Youth Development Program, is super excited to present to you all a summer prize festival, SPF 20. The name came from our very own Sammy. And so we're actually going to have a series of challenges actually over the course of July, over the course of the month of July. And it starts on July 7th. So July 6th, you'll get information, but on July 7th will be your first challenge. And so on Tuesdays, we will have a fitness challenge. So let's get fit. On Wednesday, we will have a literacy challenge. And on Thursdays, we will have a college/career exploration challenge. And for 2 of those 4 Thursdays, Fordham University will be partnering with us to work with our students. So it's going to be super fun. There will be prizes, monetary prizes. And once a week, we're actually going to have a family engagement component to one of the 3 challenges. So we actually want families to participate in this. And, you know, it's going to be fun prizes. It's not like, you know, rinky dink. It's going to be serious stuff. So you'll want to participate. And I intentionally chose to use that word just to, you know, want to incentivize you to participate. So without further ado, I'm going to move it on to Brian, who's going to close us out with the way that we always close out at HPAC whenever we have shows. And we're going to go over our mantra of all that is good.
Hi guys, my name is Brian Munoz Reyes. I'm a graduate of Shakespeare and Storefront. I will be doing a ritual that HPAC has done for many years that is called All That Is Good. So I would like you guys to repeat what I say. So let's start. All that is good.